We've almost finished the first quarter of 2026, and Enscape is still pumping out updates to make it even better. Today, I want to share 4 brand new features from asset placement, light management, grass enhancements, and AI material generators, just to name a few. So if you're ready to be even better with your Enscape renders, pay attention, let's turn around to this screen, and let's go. So to get started, you want to load Enscape with any project you have. Today, we're using this large scale open block for a particular reason. Instead of manually having to place a ton of trees around the perimeter, we can actually go and use the new asset placement brush. So let's just quickly swing on up and give us a bird's eye view of this project. Now, typically we'd come across to our asset library, go to our vegetation and find a tree we like. Then we'd click once, click it on the project where we want, continue clicking, and then press apply changes. The model would process it and as a result, give us one tree. Now, that's definitely the slowest way possible you can do it, especially in the latest update. Instead, we want to come across to multiple asset placement. Let's say we want the same tree consistently. So we select that tree once. You'll see down the bottom, it'll give us asset selected. Then we go to our brush tool and simply start painting by clicking and dragging along our site where we'd like some trees. So I'll do this little U shape and you'll see trees begin to populate. If we want to adjust, randomize, customize, or do anything to this placement, we can do it down the bottom below. For instance, we can have a uniform pattern, decrease our density, or even increase our density until we're happy with the placement. Once we're happy, we just click confirm placement and apply changes. Just like the single tree, Enscape will go ahead and apply those models, give it to us in 3D, and now in a matter of seconds, we have multiple trees on our site as opposed to going through and manually clicking them one by one. Now, this asset placement isn't limited to just trees and vegetation. Let's say we wanted a series of vehicles and cars to be utilized. Maybe it's just going to be a Tesla fest. So we've got the Model 3, we've got the Cybertruck, we've got a taxi Model 3, and that'll do. Now, again, we select our little brush. Let's zoom on up and we'll paint again. So we'll paint our cars, doing a little loop, coming back down all the way down our street. Now, obviously that's way too many cars for this little street. So let's reduce that density. We want to make sure the cars are generally uniform. And then we go into randomization, turn rotation randomization off so they all actually go in the proper direction we want them to go. And then if we're happy with that number of cars, it's probably again too many, but for purpose of argument, we'll just go confirm placement and press apply changes. Now, because this is Enscape, it also means that all of these vehicles are now in my ArchiCAD model. So if we were to come back to ArchiCAD, we can see all the vehicles and trees in the model, which also means I can go ahead and clean this up. That's potentially just too many cars for us, and these guys are going the wrong way for me. If we go back to Enscape, that's all cleaned up in the model, and we have our little Tesla parking lot. Now, obviously, I could have done this by drawing one line, accepting changes, drawing another line, accepting changes, rotating it to the correct method as well, rather than just drawing a loop and then doing it the manual way in ArchiCAD. But I just wanted to showcase that we can do this in both software. Now, before we move on to the next major change, I want to talk about a little minor one, which makes a huge difference to our renders. If I simply fly up to this location here where you can see the grass in the scene, and then let's just adjust it to Ultra. This is running on a Mac, not even on the desktop PC, and you can see that the grass has had a major improvement in this particular revision. So not only is the grass providing different areas of light and dark feel like a normal lawn would, it also has higher quality in the individual grass shards, providing a more realistic look, especially at an up-close level. Now, that might just seem super minor, but when you export this, it'll help bring this scene a lot more to life by giving the foreground, the background, and all the vegetation a little bit more of a realistic feel. Now, let's fly in a little bit closer to our building. As you can see, there's a few textures that I haven't touched, but we'll get to that in a minute. Up the top, we now also have our light management button that opens up our light management palette. Typically, for Enscape, we'd have to go into our ArchiCAD model, fly into our space, find our lamp, find something like a general light, and place a couple of these in our model to be able to actually illuminate an internal space. Then we'd have to go into Enscape, see how those lights work, fly into our space, see what effects it has on it, and then go back into ArchiCAD, individually select our lights, adjust them in the ArchiCAD panel. Now, thankfully, Enscape has a way better system. We go into our light management tool, and we can either select one or both of our lights. And in this scene, let's say we want to convert it to that nighttime shot. And these lights are super bright. They're penetrating through the floor and everything. So we can toggle them on and off in Enscape, or we can double click them to adjust each individual light. So for instance, I've double clicked on the first one. We can reduce that intensity, change our radius, change our color to something a little bit more warm, and then press save. If we wanted to do both at the same time, then we come across to the little check mark, select both lights and press edit. Now we can decrease the intensity, change the light radius, change the color, remove the reflections if we want to, and even toggle it on and off. So all of these things can be done now in Enscape rather than having to jump between software. If I was to fly into this space, as just a simple example, I can click on the individual light nodes floating, double click on them to edit them in the 3D space, or once again, toggle them all, edit them together, change my intensity, change my color. Maybe we want a red disco light. Maybe we don't. Maybe we want a gray light. Anything we want to do, we can adjust it together in one place. Last but not least, in this update, one of the major things I want to talk about is an AI material generator. Now, obviously, this is a raw ArchiCAD model, and I've just messed with the light settings in Enscape, but this flaw is atrocious. So let's jump to ArchiCAD, go to the top, Enscape Material Editor. You'll see a new box up the top, and it says AI Material Generator Beta. We just want to click on that, and then drag, drop, upload any image we like. So for me personally, I like this European oak engineered wood floor, so let's upload that. All you have to do is upload the picture. If you want to play around, increase the resolution, make tileable, adjust some of the settings to have more control, you can. We can also do the repeating pattern to try find the best seamless element of the photo. So I'm just going to let the software do it, go smart pattern and press apply. After that, let's hit generate. Wait a few seconds. Chaos's Cosmos browser will start to generate the texture live in front of you, and it will generate all the textures you need to create a high quality PBR. After that, we press download, give it a name and press save. It'll then go ahead and import that material package into your material editor, which will allow you to continue editing it just like any other texture in Enscape. So let's just leave it as it is, change our floorboard texture and go back to Enscape. You'll see that in seconds, we have a beautiful European oak floor that's immediately transformed our space. Yes, we should go back to editor, find our European floor, increase that roughness to probably 90% and just give it a little bit of metallicness. Now, when we come back into Enscape, we'll lose that glossy shine and have a lovely matte finish. And of course, to turn off our light icons, we just close the light palette and there we go. Now we have a beautiful internal scene at sunset with AI generated floorboards that look photorealistic, ready for any award-winning render. Anyway, that's all for me, team. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And like always, I'll see you next week.